pulling out of the fire station, beginning a 4-day, starting off with the gym on this beautiful holiday Monday. Shoulders, and then because it's a holiday, there's open mat at noon, so I get to do shoulders and then hit the open mat. So pretty excited, pretty good day, and that lets you know how good of a day it is, because that is my agenda for the day. Other than that, I've got work to do on projects like the Culture Forge and Book of Search that I've got on my agenda. But really, relaxing holiday. I'm excited about it. So, all that being said, just leaving the station, actually a little late, almost an hour after getting off duty. Had a wonderful, brilliant conversation with the battalion chief. A-shift battalion chief. But anyway, it was great, man. We covered the full gamut. We fixed basically every problem in the world over a cup of coffee. It was great. It was phenomenal. It was one of those really good bonding times. You just need them. You just need them. You need good people that you can have conversations with and just work out frustrations and voice your concerns and be heard and listen. Be heard and hear. And it's phenomenal. It was great. And now I head to the gym to punish some weights. And one of the conversations we had that I was going to talk about this morning, because like I said, we fixed every problem in the world. But it's the analogy that we were making and using for each other as we had this conversation. If you think of your organization as a vehicle, a car, let's say, and I'm putting this analogy together as I talk here, although we were using it with each other. The actual people, the line personnel, the men and women that make the calls, that make the rides, they are the moving parts of that vehicle. They are the gears. They are the springs, the struts, the shocks. They're the gears, the pistons that are moving. They are going to, and that car can be sitting there. That's your organization. Maybe it's a motor, maybe just a motor, but no, I think car's a better analogy. So anyway, work with me on this. And that car's going to run, and it's going to be out there doing its thing, and it's going to be running. And the smoothness of your organization really comes down to the amount of the lubricant. You know, obviously you need fuel and budgets and all. There's so many directions you can take this analogy. But the part I'm focusing on here is that, you know, your organization be clunking. You know, just sitting out there in the driveway running, spitting and making smoke and clunking, and that's a lot of organizations because there's a low amount of trust, right? And then your fire chief, your leadership, they're the people that have to climb in the car, and they're the ones who have to drive it to make it go somewhere. They provide vision, they provide that mission statement, that vision, and that direction of where to go. But even if they don't show up, even if they don't get in the car, it's still running. It's still sitting there clunking and sputtering. And the men and women on the line are still making those rides. They're still making those calls, which is the reason for our existence. Now, whether it's moving towards a destination or not, that comes down to the leadership and their duty to provide that. It's a cool analogy. I may work it into a class of some sort at some point, because it really is a good analogy. Trust is the lubricant. And when you don't have trust, all those moving parts, all those gears, all those pistons, they just create friction and heat and smoke. It really is. I'm gonna keep working on it. I just wanted to share that this morning in this discussion of, think of your organization as a vehicle, and all the important parts, the parts that make it what it is, are the men and women on the line. You can never lose sight of that. Anyway, I'll keep working on it. But I wanted to brainstorm it with you this morning as I headed out the door, headed away from the station. This Saturday, June 1st, this is the part where the internet usually cuts out, right here on this stretch of road. So it may happen again. We'll see. But Saturday, June 1st, Mega Scrap Echo. Mega Scrap Echo. It's been a long time since we had a Mega Scrap. I think it's been over a year. And part of that's my fault Actually, it's all my fault. But Mega Scrap Echo is going to be talking about nothing but 2 in, 2 out, the restructuring of the standard, and what we can do as a firefighter, as a totality, to impact that on our career life. This calling is actually having an impact on it. It's Scott Thompson, Nick Ledeen, and Sean Duffy. All three of them are going to be talking about 2 in, 2 out, the article they just released. If you haven't read the article, it's up on the Vigilantes page. It's posted on Firehouse Vigilance. It's posted everywhere. But if you haven't read the article's phenomenal. It spells out everything. The UL FSRI data. It spells out the Project Mayday. It takes everything from Firefighter Rescue Survey. It does a beautiful job of spelling out the reasons why we need to address the 2 in, 2 out. It gives the data on it. And it's not just a railing, it's not just a complaint. It is giving the data on it. And so, phenomenal. We're talking about that on Saturday. Tonight is Dennis Laguerre on the scrap, number 248. And you know that there's going to be some knowledge drop this evening. So, scrap tonight, mega scrap Saturday. I think there's another scrap next Monday. So it's going to be a good time. So, all that being said, I hope you have a wonderful, enjoy the holiday weekend. If you are off duty, enjoy the family, enjoy whatever you're doing as you wrap up this holiday weekend. If you are on duty, man, get it. Spend time with your crew. Eat some good food. Invest some time in your crew. If you're on the V50 journey with me, day 15 today, I got a 7 yesterday. I blew it up on Saturday. I did terrible on Saturday. But every day's a new day. Refocused. Got a 7 out of 8 yesterday. I plan to get an 8 out of 8 today. So enjoy the journey. Godspeed.